Now, I used to have paper, but paper disappeared. Luckily, or unfortunately, unlucky for Marcel, I have backed it up on my phone. Ha ha.
I should have wrote that thing as well.
Well, when Marcel asked me to be his best man, at first I was over the moon. Firstly, that he was going to marry the woman that he loves, and secondly, that he asked me to be a best man. Then, a few minutes later, it dawned on me, I've got to do this speech. So, I tried to wriggle out of it, and I asked Marcel, you've only known me for a few years. Why don't you ask for some of your friends? And Marcel replied, your duty as a best man starts on the wedding day. Now, on a different note, firstly, a few thank yous. I've been asked to make a few on behalf of Marcel and Eva. Carmen, I would like to thank you for the help you gave us, and all the other which have been too numerous to mention. And I'm sure that Marcel will go into details, mentioning you one and all. Secondly, to the bridesmaids, you have done a magnificent job, and you look amazing. So a big thank you to you too. And finally, Marcel. Marcel would like me to thank his beautiful new wife for turning up today. Unfortunately, Eva had her watch set on Spanish time. It's 1 hour behind South Africa. I do apologise about that. So I saw him. He woke up this morning and he looked rough. And he wasn't drinking last night, which is strange. And he's going to use an excuse for a short speech because he's got a bad throat. During the night, he was just sort of shouting that he could lose his voice. Well, just to give you a bit of background, I've had the pleasure of knowing Marcel for at least 4 years now. I was introduced to him by Eva, who I've known for at least 10 years, a long time. Having worked together in the Post House Hotel in Heathrow, in the United Kingdom. My first impressions of Marcel was that he was a friendly, warm, and very much in love with Eva. Later on, I saw how much he adored Shannon and Mark over there. Even if they can be naughty, Mark. I also heard from Eva how well he got on with Eva's family. This told me exactly just how right Marcel was for Eva. Marcel fills the husband role that Eva has wanted from a young age. A lover, an entertainer, a father and a protector. The only box he didn't tick was that of a millionaire. But you can't have everything, can you? Finally, I would like to say another thank you to everybody for coming, even though you had to wait for it. And joining the newly married couple in their celebrations. And I'm sure you will agree that they really do make a fantastic couple. Well, that's thank you. Checks in the post. Well, at this point, I was considering mentioning a few stories about the bride, as I've known Eva for some time. I have a lot of dirt to dish. However, Eva did imply that my health and safety would be at severe risk if I told you any of them. So that means I can't say anything about the trips to London you made with your work colleagues, or the local pub, I think it was called The Office, which was only a few minutes away from the post house, or even that poor night auditor who occasionally dropped the odd sheet of paper behind the desk. He would go home with bruises. But that pales into insignificance when you consider what happened in the living staff accommodation. So, to represent those happy old days for the both of you, I have two gifts. Yes. Firstly, Eva, I have a bottle of tequila, but I cannot say anything about it because I will die. And if you know Marcel, you know he used to work for Red Bull. And you know what they say about Red Bull, don't you?
Thanks, Mark.
Yes. It should help you with your energy levels to the late in this evening. What? I'm talking about the dance floor. What were you thinking of? So, on that note, before Eva Marcel kill me, ladies and gentlemen, please would you all join me in a toast?